Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight, let's talk about massive moves coming for, of course, Bitcoin. But also these crypto projects, not exaggerating, one of them had such a big announcement. Let's talk about these crypto projects and Bitcoin and more. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. Hopefully you're having a good night. Take a look. Entire market cap is coming up. A lot of greens today. That is good. Slow and steady growth back to where we were. Not quite there yet, but we are coming back up. So that is good. And that's not unexpected. I told you guys, when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto, you just have to have some patience. Just think about our down period right now as another opportunity to DCA and buy the dip. That's really it. It's the best way to think about it. Here's something important. Just want to start out with this. Fidelity, which of course is one of the biggest asset managers on the planet, says they're trying to answer this question. Is it likely or even possible for a competitor to replace Bitcoin? Well, it's technically possible. Of course, there are a lot of clones and there are a lot of crypto out there, but its community and network effects cannot be copied, and that is 100% accurate. Bitcoin is open source. That's why you have Litecoin and Dogecoin, and those of you guys that are OG, you remember Feathercoin and many other coins. They're all copies of Bitcoin. You can copy the software, but you can't copy the community, the holders, the miners, right? You can't copy the network effect. So that's pretty important. That's pretty important. A lot of gifted memberships tonight. That is awesome. That is awesome. B13SR says, this morning you said you were more bullish on Beam over Gala. Now I'm over 20%. That is awesome too. Congratulations. All right, moving on. What else is there? Well, as for Bitcoin, why do I think there's massive moves coming? Well, I'm always bullish on Bitcoin because I truly believe Bitcoin is the answer against inflation. It's the best. It's the best hedge against inflation. It's the best store of value. If you want to have control of your own money, you don't want to rely on the government to devalue your hard-earned cash, fiat, into nothing, you need to hold on to some Bitcoin. And the sooner you learn that, the better off. But right now, we have seen a lot of massive transactions, okay? OTC sales or just moves. In fact, we just had a 665 million move. Okay, that's approximately 43,000. The highest movement in the last 6 months. Where's the Bitcoin moved to? I don't know. Michael Saylor's wallet, BlackRock's wallet, my wallet, combination of all three. Who knows? Okay, but one thing's for certain. Large amounts of Bitcoin are being moved, okay? And it's probably because of OTC sales. That's really it. You know, OTC sales will continue to go onwards until the market dries up. That's okay. Like I said, a lot of people are so worried about OTC sales saying, well, you know, if all the big boys continue to use OTC sales forever, you know, OTC market forever, price is never going to move. Well, obviously, that's not true because price have been moving every single cycle, and the price keeps getting higher, and OTC market has existed for a long time. And plus, there's only so much that exists in the OTC market, okay? These big boys, BlackRock and these others, Michael Saylor's, you know, when they're buying and buying and buying and buying, it's going to dry out soon, guys. It's going to dry out. Maybe not soon, but eventually it will. So don't be worried about the OTC market. Just worry about the overall supply. We know that there's only so many Bitcoins out there, and inflation's going to get cut with the halving event that's coming up, right? And there's just not that much to go around. It's really that simple. Now, in terms of where we are, we're 3 months away from halving event. And if you look at previous cycles, we are exactly where we were in previous cycles. It's really that simple, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all, because if you look at this, where Bitcoin is right now, it's about like halfway through this rainbow chart, okay? And again, if you can see where the previous halvings were, you'll notice that the parabolic rise in every single cycle comes after the halving event. And guess what? The fourth halving event is coming up. So again, nothing has changed. We're recovering back up to previous high, right? And then we're going to smash through it and form a new high. Nothing has changed, really. And I think the ETFs are going to accelerate things, because many people think that, well, because of diminishing returns, we can't possibly have the same kind of exponential growth as before. But who knows? With the ETFs, you know, with the billions upon billions and trillions upon trillions that'll be flowing in, who knows? So if you look at Bitcoin, look at where we are, and look at previous cycles, and you'll know that massive moves are coming for sure. They are coming, right? So it's not time to be bearish. Don't FUD yourself out. You are your own worst enemy when it comes to fear, right? Only you can cause yourself to panic sell. Don't do it. This year is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Continue to practice DCA, holding. That's really it. It got you through 2022. It got you through 2023. It's hard to believe that we're in 2024. It's going to get you through 2024. Okay, so just know we are looking good still, and massive moves are coming for Bitcoin. But today, or tonight I should say, it's not just Bitcoin. There's actually one project I haven't really talked about. I know them, but they formed a massive partnership today. Really massive. I'm not even joking. A lot of you guys in Asia will know how massive this is. So there is a chain called Klaytn. Okay, so they're out of South Korea. They've been around for years, okay, but they're up a staggering 21% today. Overall, they're a little bit under $1 billion. So they're still not like a big cap by any means. They're a mid cap, but they had a pretty good pump today. And that's because they announced they are merging with another chain. I believe it's called FinChia. Okay, now, looking at that, you're like, who the hell is FinChia? Why should we care that Klaytn is merging with them and becoming the largest Web3 ecosystem of Asia, right? But then if you dig a little deeper, then you'll realize that this FinChia is absolutely huge because they are Line, okay? The messaging app Line. They came out their own blockchain, and they named it FinChia. So basically, Klaytn is merging with Line, the very, very popular messaging app out of Japan, okay? And it's not Japan. Taiwan and many parts of China. I mean, there are a lot of people that use Line. So they are merging with them. I think that's pretty darn big. In fact, I'm curious about numbers. Line itself, as of 2021, has 187 million monthly active users worldwide. That number has gone up. They're very popular in Japan, Taiwan, Thailand, Indonesia. A lot of you guys are from Asia, and they do pretty much everything. Everything, video calls, social networking, net news, game shopping, obviously in crypto because they have their own blockchain. Their revenue is over $2 billion a year, over $1 billion on Google Play. You get the story. It's a massive company. And they're merging with Klaytn. That's pretty darn good. They recently got 140 million for the Web3 platform, which is actually an NFT platform. So they're definitely going all in with crypto, right? They're not only getting into NFTs, but also they want to onboard dApps. So that's why they're merging with Klaytn, and they're going to come out with some super duper, chain and Web3 ecosystem that could dominate Asia. So I think this is very significant. Normally speaking, when you hear about partnerships, you're like, what's the big deal? Or you don't understand who the other company is, but this one is actually really, really big. And just FYI, one of the projects I advised for and one that I am rooting for, DeFi Kingdoms, they are also on top of Klaytn. They're multi-chain. So they're on Avalanche. They have their own subnet. And they are on top of Klaytn. And if you're looking at the transaction fees, they're the highest there is. I believe they're #1. So they're actually quite big. So hopefully they benefit from this as well, right? And lastly, a lot of you guys are Injective fans. Injective also have integrated Klaytn. And that means there's interoperability between the two. Right? Injective is doing it with all the chains. They did it with Solana, obviously with Cosmos, with Klaytn, with everything under the sun. So Injective is doing well, but it also helps Klaytn. Anyways, so definitely keep your eyes on Klaytn. I think this merge with Line is very, very interesting and can carry them very far. But, we'll see. It's early, okay? All right, the other one is something that a lot of people have asked me about, a smaller project, a much smaller project, Alephium, which has been exploding. For last month, they are up 153%. Okay, so obviously doing quite well. 155 million. So I decided to look into it. Is there anything good about this project? A massive move, maybe? Well, first of all, what is it? Alephium is a layer 1, just like Klaytn, just like Solana and Cardano. They're all layer 1s, right? Built for dApps. But they have this really unique consensus and chain. It's kind of combination. They use also UTXO, which is a way to count transactions and verify transactions just like Bitcoin does, right? But they're combining DAG and their own blockchain called Blockflow. And with the combination of it, they feel like they have this chain that's super fast, 10,000 transactions per second, capable, and super secure. And they believe they solved a lot of problems that other chains that utilize sharding or DAG one way or another, there's vulnerabilities and weaknesses. They believe they solved it all. So from a technical standpoint, they seem like they're doing pretty good. They came out, they were introduced, their mainnet came out in 2021, basically self-funded. It was like 80 people that just pooled their money together, and they collected 3.6 million, and that's how they started. So it wasn't like heavy VC funding or anything like that. A lot of the chains out there, they're very backed by huge VCs in terms of Alephium. Doesn't seem like, at least that's not how they started. So it's kind of like bootstrapped in a way, right? So that's awesome. They have something called APS, which is a really unique way to basically create tokens and verify tokens. That's supposedly less risky than EVM, so that's good overall, right? They're still upgrading right now. There's a new Roan network upgrade, which will actually make that even faster, right? Less block time, gasless transactions, reduced minimal fees. So they're still upgrading, basically trying to make themselves even more efficient than they already are. They also have 100%. They have something called 100% transaction fee burning. So basically every single fee that's collected is burned. So you don't hear that very often, right? And they have made some partnerships. They're relatively small, but one project I covered before is Flux. They actually have a partnership with Flux, so you can actually spin up a node for Alephium right within Flux's decentralized computing network, which is quite interesting, right? So Alephium looks promising. They definitely look promising. A very small cap. Great technology, but we'll see. We'll see if they can get the network effect they need to really blow up this cycle, although they have done very well in the last month. So if they continue, definitely a project you want to keep your eyes on. All right, that is pretty much it. So tonight, Klaytn, Alephium, of course, Bitcoin and entire market is doing well. Solana's back above 100. That's awesome. And a lot of others are moving up today. So glad to see it. All right, let's do Q&A. All right. Goody says, George, I got scared. I thought you weren't streaming today. I might not, man. One of these days, I may just skip a night stream, and then that'll really scare you. My wife asked me how I could do a 3x on my cock holdings. That sounds like a personal problem. Orca pumped hard. Orca is the biggest DEX within Solana, right, by TVL. So makes sense. Solana's having a good recovery day today. Let's see what else. What else? Tony says in 2021, 20% of American owned crypto. Today is 40%. This bull run is going to be big. You know what? I don't know where you got your stats. I don't believe that. There's no way in hell 40% of Americans own crypto. No way in hell. No way in hell. I've talked to a lot of people day to day, and there are some that know about Bitcoin crypto, but very little to this day still know. So there's no way. We're not even over 10%. I believe in terms of overall Americans, probably maybe 5 to 10% hold crypto. But that's okay. You don't want so many people to hold it. Not yet. That's what she said. Because if so many people already hold Bitcoin and crypto, that means the price, there's less chance of price appreciation because everyone owns it already, right? That's why it's still so early, because so little people do hold Bitcoin and crypto. So the price appreciation is massive, because when these guys all come in eventually, you're so early, you're going to benefit from that. SH, Alephium is in a UTXO alliance with ADA, Ergo, CKB. That's good to know. That's good to know. I know ADA also uses UTXO. What else? Sham Moon. First DEX on Alephium is AN. It's early. Join us. How early? It doesn't even show up. You guys must be really early. Or you don't have a coin. Stand videos. BTC getting stronger, more secure after every halving. So even if they create a competitor, it will take years to get this level, right? It just won't happen. Fidelity already answered this. You could copy Bitcoin. There are copies of Bitcoin. You have Bitcoin Cash, you have Bitcoin SV, you have Litecoin, you have Dogecoin. They're all copies of Bitcoin. But you can't replicate the community, and you can't replicate the network effect. It's just those two things makes it impossible. Okay. Patrick asks, after this cycle, are you going to continue to stream? I don't know. I can't promise that. I've said, if this cycle goes as well as I think it's going to go, meaning if you see this in 2025, Bitcoin's all the way up and we're at 200, 250, 300,000, and all the alts are up 10, 15, 20x, and my portfolio is up 10, 15, 20x, I can't guarantee that I'll be streaming regularly anymore afterwards. I'll probably always stream, and CRU will exist, but man, it's going to be tough. Rich says, I just got 1K bonus. Where would you put it? I don't know. I put it all into cock. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't put it all into cock. I don't know. You, Rich, you watch me every day, right? You know what I like. I like Solana. I like them a lot. I like Injective a lot. I think they're good plays. And all these others, Klaytn, I talked about today, looks very interesting. Now they're merging with Line. And there's so many others out there. I like Avalanche. I like Beam. I like Immutable. I mean, these are all great projects. Just take your pick, you know, or just DC into some of these. You don't have to only pick one. Ted Taylor, welcome, new member. Architect, oh yeah, I just skipped it. Where to go? Architect says, you're right, my man. Soul memes are fire. I heard Drake bought a gently used Honda Civic used car. Yeah, I know you're shilling. There is one called used car. If you look at the description, it's like a used 2020 Honda Civic or something like that. It's just the weirdest name. Jolama says, George, my friend, is an ETH L2 maxi. He thinks ETH will be a commodity. It's a top L1, and all innovation will be at layer 2. Thoughts? Well, I mean, it's already a commodity. I mean, even SEC, CFTC recognizes it a commodity, right? It is the top L1 right now. It's sitting at number 2 on CMC. So those are factual, but will ETH be a top L1 forever? I think it's too early to make that call. I think it can be surpassed. I already went out on a limb. I think Solana is go flip Ethereum this year. As silly and as far-fetched as that seems, the way Solana is moving, I mean, not just price-wise, but if you look at transaction-wise, volume of NFT, DEX volume, whatever, whatever you can measure, it's equal or surpass Ethereum already. So I don't know. But who knows? Ethereum could definitely have a strong second half of this year if there's ETF hype or ETF actually gets approved. I mean, that can really change things. Do I follow Larry Chen on YouTube? I do not. Not familiar with him. Pass on to a new host. Why do you think I have CRU Plus, right? Yeah, we'll see. It's too early to make that call. We'll see what happens after this year. Then we'll know for sure what happens in 2025. But I'm starting to think about it. How's the used car market looking? I don't know. All the cars I'm looking at are still sky high. They have not really come down in price. I check out G-Wagons, G63s all the time, and they're still at elevated prices. They just won't come down. Bullish on MinLayer, yeah. Snack in my boots. Snack is coming up a little bit too. What are your thoughts about the tokenomics of Solana and other chains without max supply? It could be offset. Obviously, the more people that come in, right, the better it is. So, I mean, most things do not have a max supply. Ethereum doesn't have a max supply. But there's burning. Ethereum offsets that with burning. Solana could definitely introduce other things. And plus, even with inflation, as long as you get people to stake, which is a big thing, native staking or saying put into liquidity pools or bridges, there's always ways to offset it. As long as the inflation rate isn't too crazy, it'll be fine. Jason's asking, how high do you think Sol will hit all-time high conservatively? I don't know. I think Sol could do a 10x this year. I mean, I think they could do a 10x. So that would put them at $1,000 by the end of this year. Fidelity is very bullish on Solana. Van Eyck is very bullish on Solana. Kathy Wood is very bullish on Solana. And again, if you measure the fundamentals of Solana, it's equal or close to Ethereum. So is it far-fetched to think that it can catch Ethereum one day and surpass it? No, I don't think so. But again, I could be totally off base, right? And it may never happen, but who knows? Rashid says George wants to space. I do not. I have no ambitions to go into space. Okay, zero. I'm not gonna be paying $150,000 to go on Blue Moon or whatever that or the Virgin spaceship and go into space. I have no ambitions to do that. At least not right now. Maybe something changes, but knock on wood. DZO, how did your first million make you feel? It didn't really change me at all. I mean, it felt great, obviously, to say I'm a millionaire. But you know, it's paper money. And when I did first make it, it came back down below, and I got really depressed, and it like flip-flopped for a while. You know, it just makes you want to just go for your second and third and fourth and continue on, right? So, but it'll make you feel really good. It makes you feel like you accomplished something that very little people have. So, yeah, it feels good. It feels good. What are your thoughts on Zai? I just covered them yesterday, right? It's interesting. They're like the beam of Arbitrum. They're a total gaming play. First L3, utilizing Arbitrum, which is utilizing Ethereum. It's kind of interesting how that works. I don't get the technical details of like how L3 works on top of L2, on top of L1. You know, it's very complicated. But if games get hot once again, which I think there's a very good chance, and the whole sector explodes, Zai will do very well. Quant is just a B2B play. Not really my thing. The other projects in Next Cruel Gen that didn't get picked, some were very interesting. I agree. I'm advising for most of them. DeFi Kingdoms, awesome project. Actually, they're on Klaytn. They're the biggest project on Klaytn, I believe. Wagman Games coming out with their mobile game released in New Zealand, but they're going to do a worldwide release soon. So, and I really like Scott, who's really, you know, part of the team. Suka, I can't say I get behind Suka because to be honest, I don't like their messaging, how they conduct business, because it seems like it's like a religious cult. But whatever, I do like the people I met from Suka. Phil, who's actually fighting IFC, and also Patty, who's no longer with the project, but still love the guys, really good guys. So my biggest takeaway from filming that show is basically I really treasure all the people and projects I met. It was good. Are you going to make a video of the new Cybertruck? Yeah, if I get it. I have not heard anything from Tesla. You know, today it's so cold. Even my garage, my car charger, my wall Tesla charger can't charge. I had to downgrade the amps to make it charge. It's ridiculous. So, like, there's so many negatives to, like, EV cars. I hate to say it. Like, when you have freak snowstorms or huge drops in temperature, you better just, like, not drive your EV car. Shadow, you have any thoughts or analysis on Link? I love it. Love it. I think it's going to continue to do well. Any new NFTs on the way? Yes. I'm about to release 2 new ones because there's a lot of events coming up, and I know a lot of you guys want to attend. So the new NFTs are all about the 2024 events. So one is going to be a normal 2024 NFT and a VIP 2024 NFT. They're both I Am George NFTs. And the benefits are you get to attend all the events I'll be having with it, right? It's going to be, and there's going to be a lot of good events. And my experience level at throwing events is getting better and better, right? So every single one is going to get better and better. And I am going to have my own mini conference too. WAG 2024. Good, Rich. Appreciate it. New member. Is horse meat going to flip ETH cycle? No. No, it's not. I bought some Blur. Using Blur for your NFTs. You know what, Paul? No, all the collection is on OpenSea. I wouldn't mind actually switching to Blur and just utilizing it. But like right now, everything's on OpenSea. So I may just continue with OpenSea. Just make things easier. Coinbase still lists Hive Mapper. I know you talked about it before. Still good play. Maybe let it cool down. I mean, that's been talked about. You know, it's like you can mine by like driving around and it maps the city and so forth. I mean, it's a concept that's been done before, but never really took off. Coinbase effect, you know, I'm sure is go drive them up, but you know, like I said, it's been done before, so I don't know how successful it is. But the good thing is it's Solana, right? MTMD says Strap-on is one of my most lucrative NFTs. The base price on the Strap-on NFT is definitely going up. Gary T of the North. I'm feeling good. I think you guys could tell. You know, usually my mood is pretty good during these streams, and then afterwards, when I get off, I get really depressed. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm feeling pretty good today with my high noon. Thoughts on Ledger Live staking with Solana? I lost Matic involved. I'm very apprehensive. Well, Ledger Live with Solana, unlike Vault or BlockFi or any of the guys, it's native staking. So they basically just stake it for you. But you could do that yourself if you download, you know, a Solana wallet or any supported wallet really, like even Trust Wallet, you could just stake with Solana straight from it, right? Basically, you still control it. You can unstake anytime, but I think with Solana, there's like a 7-day unstaking wait or something like that. 7 or 3 days for Solana. Just be aware of that. I don't have a space elevator. I don't have a space elevator. Ori, I appreciate that. I really do. You know, I don't know if I'm going to completely retire, guys. Okay. You know, and I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to don't want to talk about the cart ahead of the horse, so to speak. I just think 2024 this year and 2025, they're going to be phenomenal years. All of you guys that are in it right now, you're going to make boatloads of money, right? I don't see how things are going to change this year and next year. We're moving according to cycle. Like it's always moving the same way. Don't know why it's so surprising to people, right? And at some point, I just want to, relax and not be on such a strict schedule and worry about YouTube algorithm, and competing with everyone else, right? Kind of just want to like relax and do my own thing. Maybe spend more time with the kids before they become teenagers and move out. There's a lot of things I want to do. A lot of people quit YouTube because they just get burned out. And I do more videos than most people on YouTube, that's for sure. 2 videos Monday through Thursday, a video on Friday, a video on Saturday. I don't know of anyone else on YouTube that streams as much as I do, honestly. Yeah. So I may just want to take a break or just cut down my schedule or something like that. You need some mushroom therapy. How much ADA do I hold? 0. I hold 0 ADA. I'm sorry. I don't know if I should admit that, but I don't hold any Cardano. Best meme coin. I don't know. I'm still holding on my cock and husky and snack. Snack is up a little bit. Only 87 million, man. They have a hard time holding above 100 million. I have my Myro's up a little bit, 134 million. That's not bad. They're still making moves. Cock is still holding at 94 million. That's not bad either. Considering the drop we had for Cock to hold at 94 million, that's not bad. That's it. I don't think I have any more. No, not Husky. Kimball. 8 million. That should be better. I'm glad to see they're coming up. All right, I gotta go. This has been like an hour stream. It's way too long here. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Massive moves are coming, guys. That has not changed. But today I cover a few. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So, smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one.